everyone, welcome back. So I'm here today with another pick a card for you guys, and today we're going to be doing what about you triggers others. Okay, so go ahead and pick from one of these three cards. First we have freedom for pile 1, inner peace for pile 2, and miracles for pile 3. Just take a moment, whatever calls to you first, and we'll get right into it. I'm going to be using this Sacred Destiny Oracle as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot and the Cat Tarot deck today. Okay, welcome pile 1. So if you chose the Freedom card or, the birds flying image, then this is your reading. I will also be using astrology dice today as well as charms at the end of the reading. So let's just hop right into it. I'm first going to start off with the Rider-Waite Tarot. I hope everyone's been doing well. I finally got a more proper setup happening. So I'm really excited about that. Let me know what you guys think. So for my pile 1s, please, Spirit, what about pile 1 really triggers other people? I feel my voice getting shaky. I feel like you make other people nervous for sure, and even with this freedom card, there is some energy here about maybe you being kind of a liberated soul, or the 10 of Swords. So let's see how far off I can put this. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be kind of liberated in physicality. It could just be more, like being financially stable or living on your own. It could really be about as well you just having the kind of personality that almost like pushes other people to kind of see the divinity within themselves and work towards reaching a certain mindset in regards to not feeling judged. Yeah, this is funny that the cards, the way they're coming out as I'm speaking, are kind of reflecting what I'm saying. So not feeling judged or not engaging in kind of hateful self-talk or self-sabotage. So already here with the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Cups in reverse, I'm getting this feeling that you're the kind of person that really makes people kind of look in the mirror and reflect on themselves. And I'm really hearing like people saying to themselves that you don't actually have it all figured out. Okay? I'm getting this vibe that it's like all these things that people could attribute to themselves, right? These different skill sets or refined things that they've worked on throughout the years. You're the type of person who really causes them to have some sort of like internal mental conflict about what it is that I feel like they're really doing with their lives, is what I'm hearing. And that's quite a serious topic and thing to sort of cause others to think about. I will read on this 8 of Wands in reverse, but with it already how much Swords is coming out here, you're kind of causing people around you to sort of think more logically and think more abstractly about how it is that they perceive themselves and how it is that they are following through with certain actions that they're doing. There's almost this essence of like, they see you and they see that you're someone who has completely done the work in order to liberate yourself from any sorts of like limiting beliefs or putting yourselves in situations that bring you pain or that used to bring you pain and that you choose to no longer be a part of because you know that it's not right for you. And so they start to think about themselves in a way of like, am I actually self-sabotaging by engaging with certain individuals or in certain activities, holding myself to a certain standard? Here with the 7 of Cups in reverse, it's like they're rethinking everything they've put effort into, and this sort of like personality and character they may have built around this one thing that they feel like they've mastered, just to realize like that's actually not the case. So I want to read on this 7 of or 8 of Wands, sorry, in reverse here. Let's see. Okay. In reverse, arrows of jealousy, internal dispute, stingings of conscience, quarrels. Yeah, so it's almost like you, without even trying, I'm really getting people that just know you, and I'm really feeling that this is more like acquaintances, like people that know of you, who see how you're moving essentially, and kind of have like this unpleasant distaste in their mouth when they talk about you or think about you, just because you really cause them to question themselves. This is awesome. And just remember, guys, like, this is how other people are kind of perceiving you. This is not to say that, like, this is how you are, that, like, you deserve to be spoken about in a certain way or thought of in a certain way. If anything, I think that the reason why I want to do this reading is because when we learn about what frustrates others and us, if we're looking at it from a higher perspective and from a more divine point of view, then what frustrates others that we do is really just a reflection of you being people's mirror, and you showing other people what they can achieve and unlock within themselves if they choose to do so, and if they choose to see that, right? So I just wanted to say that. So more on pile 1, what triggers others? Okay, we have the 4 of Wands. Let's just do this. Okay. Want it all to be in frame. There you go. We have the 4 of Wands. So some people, like, on the outside may think that you're somebody who has like a pretty stable family life, even if that's not the case. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse as well. So maybe they think that you're the kind of person who doesn't really have a lot on their plate or doesn't have a lot to juggle. But in reality, the reasoning for them thinking this is because you're really good at actually working through multiple things at once and making it appear effortless. I just looked into the Bowl of Charms. I see the butterfly. So you're somebody who's very I just heard metamorphosis, like you're able to kind of move through life and go through these transformations and changes and make it kind of look effortless. But I think it's because you have a lot of self-love. There could be a specific individual here as well who's maybe jealous of some kind of relationship that you had or have with somebody as well. Yeah, pile 1, you know, people look at you and they think about how you really have the guts to kind of move away from certain situations or people that don't really serve you. And I think this is one of the main things that sort of frustrates others, is like they wish they could have this power too, which of course they do. It's really just up to them. You're somebody who has, I want to say, learned the hard way to move forward and away from things that cause you pain, cause you suffering, cause you, you know, frustration of your own, but not because, you know, you're being reflected upon, but because it's genuinely a toxic situation or something that you've the hard way learned isn't really meant for you. And I feel like with these people who are viewing you this way, they have yet to maybe go through this process of understanding that you can't just have a eureka moment one day and figure out what it is that you want to do with your life or what it is that resonates to you. Oftentimes when we become refined in knowing ourselves like to that degree, it's because we've gone through usually years of, you know, doing the complete opposite and rejecting ourselves and rejecting what feels right. So yeah, what else about pile 1 frustrates others? You're like, not even lack of, it's almost like I'm channeling them, like your lack of defensiveness, right? Even with this 5 of Swords here, like these could be people who feel like arguing and fighting and being aggressive with words and with language and with action is the way to get things done in this life. But you have such a gentle, kind of free-flowing, easily communicative, or like ability to communicate easily with people, that it kind of stuns them and shocks them that you don't have to operate from this sort of space, and you're still getting this joy and like getting what you want and making it seem like, or not even making it seem, but to them they feel like you're making it seem as if you know, it's all easy, right? Okay, awesome. So now I'm going to pull a little bit from the Cat Tarot. I felt called to this deck, and I never pull from this deck, as you guys know, but I said screw it. I'm going to just do it because why not? Okay. What else can you give us, Spirit, on pile 1, and what frustrates others about the King of Pentacles? So obviously that people feel like, you know, I feel like people are frustrated by the idea that, you know, maybe you have it all figured out. Ace of Wands. You move in the right direction. You move towards what it is that really calls to you. And you don't really care what other people are thinking or saying about you. And I want to say that that also frustrates them, because I feel like if you're in a group of mutuals, or you have mutual acquaintances or friends that kind of tell you about, you know, what these people are saying or how they view you and think of you, you're really unfazed by it, which is also something that kind of, I want to say, gets to them. Or the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so this is like, honestly, I'm just seeing this as like a mirroring thing. And this person has, or these people have yet to kind of see that, you know, their hesitation towards taking a step in another direction or in a different direction that they have before is really just to reflect, you're reflecting that in them, like them feeling frustrated about the fact that, like, well, why is this person doing this or acting this way or able to do this? It's like they're denying their light. They're denying how powerful and capable they really are of stepping into a new phase of life. One where, you know, they're actually chasing things that make them happy. Okay? Now I just want to pull from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I love this deck. This is the first Oracle deck that I ever actually bought. Or first deck I ever got. Because I saw it in another tarot reading and I thought it was so pretty. So we're covering the freedom here. Hold on. Can't be doing that. Alright, so what about pile 1? What about pile 1, Spirit, frustrates others? This ability to trust in yourself, to know that things are going to work out for you no matter what the situation is or no matter what arises, no matter what's kind of going on in your immediate environment. Trust and truth. You're never going to lie to yourself, and you're certainly not going to lie to other people. Purification. Pleasure. I think that people who are frustrated in some way by how you carry yourself or move through life are ones who think that, like, the satisfaction that you experience, whether or not you have, you know, negative situations around you, are ones that just, like, kind of miraculously just show up. Like, this is something that just happened to you. When the truth is like, with this purification card, like, getting to that place is like a double-edged sword. You know, we have the rain coming down, but yet, you know, the flowers blooming. And also facing the direction of the sun as well, which is funny because it's literally right here. But it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And I think that maybe people have this misunderstanding of you where, you know, judge you a little bit too quickly, stand still. Again, like, you know, it takes a lot of I'm seeing the Four of Swords as well. It takes a lot of internal work and meditation and moments by yourself, with yourself, you know, working through what it is that you need to work through in order to reach this level of serenity mentally. Simplicity as well here. I'm almost hearing, like, how can they be satisfied with that? How can they be happy when they're in this type of situation? You know, because you're somebody who likes to flow and you see it as a win no matter what situation you go through. You're definitely someone who's constantly evolving and changing as well. So there's that aspect of you too that people want to have. Being able to flow, being able to see the beauty in the finer things of life and not really feel like you need to be on this like hustle grind, I'm going to say a materialistic mindset that I feel like a lot of people are kind of swept into, which no judgment at all. I myself am even that way. Of course, we want to, you know, create a finite base for ourselves, like physically, because, you know, that's what we're here to experience, of course. But, you know, there's just this state of relaxation, delight, and solitude. You find peace in solitude, and you find joy in these things that I feel like otherwise people around you would maybe see as like nerve-wracking or something. Okay, so I'm gonna roll the astrology die, and I also have a planet die, and I'm not super familiar with all the planets, and I don't have my paper, but we're gonna do it anyway. So first we'll do astrological signs. We have Libra. Okay, this could be your sign or other people's signs, and we have Cancer. So Libra and Cancer, and then I'm gonna roll the number die. We have 3, could be significant, and 10, okay? And finally, for the planet die, we have Mercury. What's Mercury? And Venus, okay? So it could be signs in your chart that could be relevant that you may want to look into, or some of their signs in those planets. So this is loud, but I'm going to pull a couple of these charts for you guys. So pile 1, please. And I'm looking away. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, yeah, spider. So you're definitely very intuitive, very divinely, wow. Death and rebirth. You're definitely, with the spider here, someone who is very, I lost my train of thought. I'll remember. The death just caught me off guard, because I think that people underestimate the brutality of what it is that you've really gone through in order to get to this point. Oh, we have a bird. So birds could be significant to you in some way as well. It could be that, you know, you have, here's the bird here, the bird's there. And funnily enough, I'm using this tarot box that has birds on it as well, as like to show my limit of where you guys can't see. So you could have like a family member, or your ancestors could communicate through birds with you as well. And with the spider, what I'm really hearing is you like kind of weaving your own life, creating this new existence for yourself. And every bit of blood, sweat, and tears goes into you being viewed as, you know, this intelligent, I'm hearing mastermind, that people really want to be that way. And maybe they're underestimating a little bit the effort that goes into creating such a stable foundation, whether it be mentally or physically. With the seahorse here, also with the bird, you're extremely communicative. What do we have? We have the horse. So definitely you're someone of great transformation, the ability to kind of move through life with grace despite, you know, what it is that you go through. And this is what people look up to. And honestly, when I hear frustration, I just think like, this is how you're inspiring others. This is the way that you naturally move through life, and you're able to cause other people to really reflect inward and look at themselves. So I think that's beautiful. So thank you so much, Pile 1. I hope this resonated with you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose the Inner Peace card or these koi fish, then this is your reading. So we're just gonna hop right in. I'm gonna start off with the Rider-Waite Tarot, move into the Cat Tarot, and then finally end off with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I will be using some astrology die and the chart as well. So what about you frustrates others? Or like I was saying in pile 1, what do you mirror in others, essentially? This is what this is indicative of. Okay, for my pile 2s, please. Pile 2. What about them frustrates others? Okay. Whoa. So right off the bat, we have the Ace of Cups. You're somebody who's extremely emotionally intelligent, I want to say. Extremely self-aware. And I think that in close connections to people around you, it could cause them to sort of question themselves and wonder about whether or not the way that they sort of move through life or proceed in their relationships and connections is actually fulfilling. If it's actually something that's bringing them joy, the way that they're behaving, the way that they're communicating as well. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So there's something about you here that causes other people to really think about what makes them feel out of balance, what makes them feel dissatisfied with themselves, in a sense where they're looking at you and your strength and your glory, and you really honing in on these abilities that you kind of have, or that you have worked on over the years in order to get to the spot that you are now, to be such a kind and understanding person. So they're seeing actually a lot of these people that it does take quite a bit of strength and resilience to kind of get to that point. And it makes them wonder about their own strength and whether or not them operating maybe from a more negative headspace when they're communicating or sharing emotions with people, if it really is indicative of strength or if it is in fact the opposite. What about pile 1, Spirit? Okay. We have the High Priestess. So you're definitely somebody who's highly intuitive. You're definitely somebody who listens to your intuition, and I want to say you do what's right for you. I think that with you, you've probably been in many situations with different individuals in the past where maybe you felt neglected or felt like you didn't really have a sense of belonging with them. And so you've done your part and built up the courage and strength to kind of leave these people behind, leave these toxic old ways behind as well, and find that inner balance for yourself where you do feel fulfilled and where you do feel satisfied with these connections. There's another 4 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, so people definitely, you know, they're definitely jealous of your skill set. They're definitely jealous of the way that I want to say you operate in regards to personal relationships as well, like romantic relationships, I want to say. There's something here about, you know, you being a really loyal and good partner to people, and maybe some of your exes or people that you've been with in the past kind of pondering about how it is that you keep that vitality to you, despite maybe what they've put you through. For some of you, I'm really getting. I flew out and then fell on the floor. Let's see. My hair. Oops. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing I'm not even trying. I look at this person, I communicate with this person, and I realize, like, I'm not really even trying. I know I have the power to be like them or to learn something from, you know, pile 2. Something that I can cultivate and then be proud of and observe with joy and confidence that I've chosen to change my path or go in a different direction where I'm really tapping into my gifts and what it is that I'm capable of. But it's just not enough right now, is what I'm hearing. Similar energy to pile 1. So you make people think about, you know, when is it time to walk away? When is it time to cut the cord? when is it time to really prioritize myself? But not only think about it, right? And this could be walking away from many different things. This could be people, a toxic work environment, something that you feel like doesn't resonate with your higher self, and with your sole purpose here on earth. Toxic family members, I'm seeing this, like cutting ties with toxic family members. They just see you and they realize, I think this person, and with the Ace of Cups kind of coming out first as well, it's like both you and these people who kind of are frustrated by you, you're both emotionally intelligent. I think these people who think of you are emotionally intelligent enough to know that you are in fact being a mirror to them. You're reflecting back at them what they're capable of but have not yet tapped into. And so there's this strong feeling for me that, you know, you may have even cut this person off, that these people or certain people who are thinking about you and feel this way about you could no longer be in your life. And they actually recognize why that is, because they weren't good enough. They weren't living up to the sort of standard or idea of themselves that they put out there and created, and kind of, I want to say, like, convince you and other people to believe is true. We have the Sun at the bottom, and we have the Tower, and we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Whoa, okay, hold on. I'm pulling a lot more than I thought I was going to pull here. But these are all at the bottom of the deck, so what this is telling me is that they really respect you, actually. As much as it frustrates them, maybe that for some of these people you're no longer in their life, I think that they totally understand and recognize why it is that you would have to remove yourself from the situation. They miss you. Certain individuals, they feel like kind of empty, I want to say, and without really any hope right now without you. This could have been a recent thing as well, but they know that it was for very good reason that you proceeded the way that you did, and they respect you for that, actually. I think these individuals that, you know, you frustrate in some way, shape, or form are actually moving out of this space. And I want to say that you're kind of the catalyst for that. I'm messing all the cards up. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You're definitely a catalyst in people's lives, and even with the Inner Peace card, just about doing what feels right for you and prioritizing your well-being, right? Emotional, physical. Because sometimes you can hang out with people and feel so drained and tired after, you know? To, you know, continue down that path or with those people would really just be an injustice to our bodies. So on every level, you're kind of respecting yourself and your peace and what it is that you need. And it's being selfish, but in a different way than I feel like these people are, or these people behave not only towards you or have behaved towards you, but to others as well. So for pile 2, please, Spirit. What about them frustrates others? Okay, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess again. So highly intuitive, highly spiritual. The Sun at the bottom again as well. Very sure of yourself, very magical. We have the Two of Wands. Oh, this deck is so cute. The Ace of Cups in reverse. So definitely these individuals almost have a level of kind of envy that you're able to move towards your goals and move towards things that satisfy you and bring you joy, and starting on new endeavors and having this excited energy towards, you know, kind of diving into the unknown. Because even though you're not sure of certain aspects here, you know, overall you have this feeling of confidence, this feeling of knowing that whatever happens, it's for the better, it's for the best, and it will lead you on the right direction and path. That you've kind of conquered this shadow self, or the shadow part of yourself, that would otherwise stunt you, maybe the way it does stunt these individuals from moving in that same direction. Especially with the Ace of Cups, I feel like this is here in the beginning reflecting you as it's upright, and then maybe them, right? Feeling unfulfilled, feeling kind of lethargic and unmotivated, and putting in the effort that it requires to reach this level of inner peace. I feel like also these people, I'm getting a very like tired vibe from them. So it could also be the case that you're no longer in their life, but they're still around individuals who kind of drain them and make them feel this way. And so they're really reflecting on the friendship or relationship that they've had with you, and seeing, you know, that you did what was right. And now there's, maybe before they were frustrated with the decision that you made, maybe to cut ties with this person or step away from, you know, this space, but now they're really starting to empathize with you, I think. So for my pile 1, or pile 2, sorry. Pile 2, and what about them frustrates others? So we have the same card come out for pile 1. We have flow. There's definitely just an underlying factor here of you being able to really just listen to your intuition, listen to your gut feeling. If something doesn't feel right, you're not going to go ahead with it. And I think that that's maybe what frustrates others. They want to have that deeper connection with themselves, with spirit, with their higher self. So flow and courage, definitely the strength, right? Even the strength came out. The strength that it takes to kind of move in a direction where even if you're with no one, at least you have yourself, and you're in a position where, you know, you're problem free, you're carefree, and so you're able to really focus on yourself and your peace. This came out for pile 1 as well. We have purification. So recognizing the amount of work and effort and the type of battle that it really is to get to a point where, you know, you're able to act with courage or see the blessings and maybe being in contact with less people, right? You have gateway. You're definitely a catalyst, pile 2. You're the type of person who, you know, people meet you, you enter their life, even if it's for a little bit, and you really cause them to start kind of rethinking things of their life and, you know, what's serving them and what they really feel like, what is bringing value into their life and what isn't, and whether or not they should go onto a path that they haven't before. I'm hearing endeavor. It's like some kind of endeavor for them. They see it as like, especially with the Tower coming out as well. It's not just a decision you make overnight, right? We have focus. So bringing in that kind of where to refocus our energy onto transformation. What frustrates other people, right? Healing chaos here. There's just something very healing about you. I think also because you got the High Priestess come out twice. Like, there's just something very healing, and it's very gentle. We have stillness as well. There's something gentle about you that sort of urges people in a very relaxed, calm way, like, hey, you know, and I don't even feel like you say anything. Maybe it's time for you to try something else, move in another direction. Yep. Change your truth, change what it is that resonates with you, because I feel like for a lot of these people, you kind of bring out this gentle energy in them. We have wonders here as well. Beautiful. That's so nice. So you guys definitely are motivators. You're like naturally showing people that it's okay to cut people off. It's okay to prioritize yourself. It's okay to be selfish where it matters and where it counts, especially when it comes to your own personal health and well-being. So that's wonderful. I'm gonna take these astrology die. So I have astrological sign, number, and I also have planets. I don't know, I'm not very familiar with all the planets, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so first we'll start with astrology, pile 2. Could be your sign, their sign. We have Taurus. Could be sun, moon, rising. Oh, do it once more, sorry. Do it twice. So Taurus and Cancer, okay. So Taurus and Cancer could be relevant. Now I'll do the number. We have 8 and 11, okay. And then the planets. Mercury. I believe that's Saturn. Yeah, that's Saturn. Wait, let's see if I can. Because I wrote all over this page and oh, that's Jupiter. Psych. Or no. Wait. That is Saturn. Okay, nice. That's Saturn. Okay. So let's just pull a couple of charms for you guys. I'll pile 2. Whoa, we got the salamander. That's so unique. I've never pulled this one before. I am planning on getting more charms because I have not memorized all the animal symbolisms yet, so I apologize for that, but I still wanted to pull from the charms. We have an owl. I'm just hearing 360. You see the 360. Oh my god, you guys are getting such unique ones. I believe this is an anteater. We have a unicorn. This is a highly spiritual symbol as well, and we have it right here as well too. You guys have a lot of synchronicities. Oh, we have like a dolphin tail or a whale tail. And so highly intuitive, able to see many different perspectives, see the bigger picture with the owl, discern between what it is that's serving you, what is not, and being able to follow through with that decision as well. No fear of not knowing or being unsure of self and of what the future has to offer and bring. A very curious energy behind you as well that people definitely learn from and want to take on for themselves. So I hope this reading resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Miracles card or the image with the mountain and the rainbows, then this is your reading. So let's hop right in. I'm going to start with the Rider Waite Tarot, move on to the Cat Tarot, then I'll finally pull from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and I'll also pull some charms and the astrology dice. So even when I just pull your guys' card for the thumbnail and stuff, I right off the bat get the feeling that people think you're the kind of person where like you just kind of had everything handed to you, or that it seems like things always work out for you, and you know, everything's always working in your favor. So we'll see what more we can figure out on what frustrates others about pile 3. And I saw this in the first 2 readings as well. Just remember that, you know, when I say frustrates, I'm really talking about what it is that you mirror in other people that they have yet to recognize within themselves. So I may even change the title. All right, so here we have the 3 of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have 3 of Swords in reverse, sorry. Page of Cups, 2 of Cups. Okay, so there's definitely something here about you guys kind of triggering people when it comes to love life, I'm hearing for some of you. Or friendships. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Pentacles. Okay, let's just get more. Frustrates others. Okay. So there could be like a close friend or someone who used to be a close friend that kind of, I want to say, is frustrated maybe with the way that you guys ended your friendship, or kind of that you maybe chose to move on from the connection with them. For some of you as well, it could be that you didn't necessarily end the connection, but you kind of set up some boundaries or made it clear that, you know, there are certain things that you did not like or were kind of uncomfortable with that you just wanted to lay down and make it known within this connection. So what it is about you, pile 3, that frustrates others, I would say, is your ability to tap into your divine energy, which allows for you to manifest what people would see as miracles into your life. When the truth really is for you guys that, and this is the theme throughout all of the piles, is like you've worked really hard to get to the point that you're at right now. And I feel like people around you struggle to really realize the amount of effort and self-love that it really takes to get to a point where you can actually allow legitimately positive things to manifest into your reality. So when you're doing the healing work and you're, you know, working through what it is that like certain traumas and, you know, things that kind of hinder us in this life and make us kind of fall into similar patterns. You know, you've worked really hard to move away from that. And while we're in the process of transformation, you know, we're not going to manifest the perfect person or, you know, the best possible outcome because of the fact that we're just choosing to finally acknowledge that the work needs to be done and we're starting to work on it. It's going to manifest into your life when, you know, spirit and your higher self and you really feel like you're at a point where you have the capability to handle what it means to be moved to the next level, what it means to finally accept something into your life that you've been working really hard for and waiting for, because that's why these really positive experiences that I feel like people see for you as miracles are just of a different caliber. And I think that that's really what gets into people's minds, makes them feel restricted and tied down to what it is that they're kind of creating for themselves, or the space that they're choosing to operate from. They know certain individuals, or like I'm really seeing like past friends, especially with like the 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the 3 of Swords in reverse here. It's like could definitely be like a past friend or someone you had a close friendship with, who knows a little bit of like what goes into you really manifesting like these positive relationships with people, especially with a significant other. And they know that they have the ability to get there too. So similar to pile 2, like these people are, I think, emotionally intelligent enough to know like why you're causing them to feel this way and recognize that they do also have the ability to get to where you're at. But there's still kind of like a bit of tension that I'm feeling. I keep feeling like I want to say this person. So for you guys, it could just be literally one person in particular that's like feeling this way about you. It could also be like a ex or something similar to pile 2. But I'm really getting a friend sense here. With the 9 of Cups, it's really like they know that they can get to the point that you're at, but are they willing to put the work in? Or is it easier to kind of just stay stagnant and stay where you are? With the Fool here as well, they definitely see you as somebody who's like, they know that the miracles that are coming into your life is because you take risks, you take chances. You're not somebody who's sitting there with a finite plan of how things are going to be executed in order to achieve what it is that you want. You know that a lot of great things come from being spontaneous and not necessarily, you know, going into things with a fixed sort of mindset and plan and expectation of how things are going to turn out. I think that's another thing about you guys, your ability to detach yourself from expectation. I think that's definitely something that influences the people around you to really start to rethink themselves. And, you know, I think that people can put together those two dots of like, okay, really amazing things are happening in their life, but also they're not really sitting here with thousands of expectations on like, and they need to be like this and like this and like this and do this and work this job and have this type of education and do, you know, and also releasing this idea as well that I feel like a lot of people do, myself included, in the past of like getting to know somebody and then like completely like just like having some sort of like mental plan of like how everything is going to go down. Like that's just not reality, you know? And it takes a lot of work to get to a spot where, you know, you're not operating from that space. I think that you motivate people to, you motivate people to get there. So now I'm going to move on to the Cap Tarot. Okay, put these all back in order. This little new setup. Hope you guys like it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna shuffle one more time for pile 3, please, Spirit. What about them frustrates others? Interesting. We have Judgment. The Star. Wow, you guys. Wonderful cards coming out. This frustrates others. The Knight of Wands. I'll get one more. Okay, well, 2 more want to come out. So we have the 9 of Wands, I want to say. And we have the Hangman in reverse here. Okay, so regardless of who's saying what and doing what, you're the type of person who's going to speak out for what's right. And like, you're very in tune with the emotions of others and what other people are going through, and always seeing kind of the other perspective. And I think these two kind of tie in together, especially with the Star. You do have a lot of empathy for people, and I feel like with the Hangman in reverse, it's like, you know, the time and place of where you should be kind of giving your 2 cents and inputting what is right and what is wrong. I think that this frustrates people as well, because I feel like you're not the type of person who's going to hesitate to call others out as long as the situation really calls for it. I'm going to find this card because I don't know what it is. Let's see. Yeah, 9 of Wands. So you're somebody who doesn't settle, as well as what I'm hearing. You're somebody who you're going to keep striving for more and more. You're never really satisfied in the best way possible, because you have so much energy to put into learning more about yourself and figuring out more and more what it is that you really want from your life, that you're never really satisfied with where you're at because you want to continue to grow. That is also something that maybe frustrates people, because that takes a certain level of inertia, a certain level of, you know, dedication and energy. And that, especially with the Knight of Wands, like, you definitely have this like very energetic feel about you, and that's what keeps pushing you to just keep going and going and going. Sacred Destiny Oracle now. For pile 3, what frustrates others about the pile 3, please, Spirit? opportunity. Yep. So it just seems like things for you just kind of fall on your plate. But that's not really what's happening. You've actually done a lot of work to get to a point where you can move forward in these new directions, towards these new opportunities that are like once in a lifetime, really, and are super, super special and offer you a lot of like benefits. I'm hearing it could be like getting a really like good promotion at work. But honestly, even with pleasure coming out here, it's like just feeling satisfied with your relationships or one particular person as well, that you've worked really hard to kind of get there. We have illumination, adventures, delight, you got to get through the tough part to get to the good part, to get to where you can frolic around and just, you know, be in this space of just complete and utter joy and acceptance in order to go on these adventures and actually enjoy what's happening. So we have enlightenment and trust as well for you guys. So you guys are highly spiritual, definitely have gone through some sort of awakening or some sort of, you know, I want to say like inevitable change in your life that's really caused you to rethink a lot about yourself. Definitely spent a lot of time alone. Purity as well. You have very pure intentions. People, you know, this inspires others to kind of lead in a way where you're honest. You're just honest with yourself. I think that's the biggest thing for you guys. And the reason why such great opportunities present themselves to you is because you're not sitting there and lying. You're releasing what needs to be released. You're accepting the fact that, yeah, I was this terrible way, or I felt like I was this awful person. I was embodying these things that, you know, were like survival tactics for me. Things that I felt like I needed to be a part of and do, when in reality, you know, that wasn't who I was. And so I'm releasing that in order to feel at peace with who it is that I truly am. And when I finally accept who it is that I really am, I can lead the life that I want to lead. I can embark on these adventures and this joy that I know that I deserve, because I have the potential to do so. Actually, this way. Okay, so that's beautiful, pile 3. So I'm going to roll the astrology die, the number die, and then the planetary die for you guys. We'll see what comes up. So this could be your sign or somebody else's sign. We have Aries and Cancer. Wow, we've had Cancer come out for all of these piles. I'll do the number die next. So it could be Sun, Moon, or Rising as well, just to let you guys know. We have 10 and 5. Okay. And finally, for the planetary die, wow, we have Mercury again for all 3 piles as well. And I believe, is that Uranus? Let me get my paper. Yes, that is Uranus. Okay, nice. So it could be, you could want to look into like their chart and some of those planets and the placements in them, or your own, just for more information, especially when it comes to, you know, the way that you kind of inspire others, because ultimately when you're triggering someone, that's what you're doing. So finally, I'm going to pull from these cards. What is this? Okay, we have a little bird. A little fluff on my nail. Hold on. So with the bird here, similar energy to pile 1. You're somebody who has worked really hard to get liberated of past patterns and things that don't really serve you. The freedom that you feel and experience is manifesting to others in their perception as miracles that are just like kind of coming out of nowhere. But the truth is, so we have a dove. But the truth is that, you know, you've worked very, very hard to even get to a point where these things can manifest into your reality, you know? seahorse. So could be your spirit animals as well, or the way that spirit likes to communicate with you. Okay. Wow, just like pile 2, you have the dolphin tail, the whale tail. So you're very curious and adventurous, and you're not afraid to be honest and confront what it is that needs to come up in order to move on to the next phase. It's like levels to this stuff. You have spider as well. So again, similar to pile 1, you've worked very, very hard to build the stable reality that others really view as like you just getting lucky, or you just, you know, being the type of person that like somehow miraculously this one person is always getting what they want and always, you know, ending up in situations where they're, you know, being benefited. But the reality is you have built from the ground up multiple times, right? As strong as, you know, the weavings of a spider web are, and how much, you know, detriment and pain they can really withstand. They're not unbreakable, and a lot of the time they need to rebuild and they need to start anew multiple times. You know, look in different locations, go to different places and start again. Not the ideal spot, start again. I'll do one more. So you guys, we have the seahorse as well. So with the seahorse, definitely highly intuitive. Just curious again, and I'm not really sure about the seahorse's symbolism. So I am planning on getting more charms that are like not just animals, because I don't have all of them memorized yet. But you really like to get down and dirty. Like you really need to know the root of things and the cause of things in order to make correct judgments about your atmosphere and your environment in order to move forward. So definitely highly intuitive, though highly analytical and highly honest with yourself as well. Okay, pile 3. So I hope that this resonated with you guys and that you could take something away from it. Please comment down below what you think. And yeah, I hope to see you again soon, and take care of yourselves. Bye.